Welcome back everyone to game number 2 between Hyperglory team and Newbee. Game number 1 not going Newbee's way. It got a little bit rough during the laning phase and it got even worse 15-20 minutes into the game when it pretty much just ended. Let's head over into game number 2, check out the draft, see what's going on, and welcome in Sunsu. What's going on, man?
Hey man, just woke up, saw the game was on, saw you were casting solo, figured what the hell.
Lucky you. I've been up since like 7:30 this morning. My brain is starting to slow down. And then I've got some more stuff to do later on. There's ISO Cup happening at 6 PM today, so I'm casting that until like midnight or something like that, unless Cap relieves me of my duty and says, "Go home! You're drunk!" or "You're tired," or whatever it is. But here we are, game number 2 between HGT and Team Newbee. Queen of Pain and Chen, the first two from HGT. Like, Chen seems to be their pick. Even when his entire jungle's warded up, he does really well.
Yeah, he's just a really strong hero on this patch. I was actually a bit surprised how long it took for Chen to sort of make it into this patch. Did a patch analysis and finish when the patch was just live, and one of the big heroes that I was focusing on was Chen, and basically just the power that you can have in terms of mid-game pushing with him. So, yeah.
Yeah,
he's just really strong.
His early game also got buffed quite heavily. The fact that Test of Faith, no, not Test of Faith, Holy Persuasion used to be was it 1-1-2-3 or 1-1-3-4, but whatever it was. But now you can go
1-1-2-3, I think.
1-1-2-3. Now you can go 1-2-3-4, and you get that. Yeah, you get that early. You get another earlier creep, and you get another creep later on. That second creep allows you to farm jungle, make stacks, but also move on to lane. So getting level 3 is quite important as Chen, so you can control mid lane or the safe lane with, you know, a Wild Wing or a Satyr, but then also stack up and bring the Wild Wing back to get yourself up to level 5, up to level 6.
Yeah, the downside of that is that it has kind of crowded out Enchantress because she's no longer the early game option of, you know. But oh well. Rubik also. Keep seeing him quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
he's really nice.
He was always this hero in Southeast Asia that never really went out of favor. They just, you know, prioritized him as a support so heavily. We're starting to see him once again in Europe and definitely China, where, you know, heroes like Leshrac are coming back into the fray, stealing spells from these big ultimate mid game carries or even supports is definitely important. Like having a Rubik picking ES into a Rubik. You've always got that fear that, you know, if Rubik steals my Fisher here, we've got that crossroads where all of a sudden there's a Fisher blocking us, a Fisher blocking them, and it's down to luck whether one team survives or one team gets out.
I gotta say I'm struggling a bit to see why Leshrac is coming back into the meta. In a sense, like, he works in a pushing lineup, and that's certainly what he's good for. But I don't know if he's really that strong compared to everything else that we have.
I think the biggest thing is it's sustained damage. So it's not like, you know, you burst someone down. You've got this long drawn out damage that is good again in these team fights, which just seem to get longer and longer. But also the fact that so many team fights nowadays, you know, it revolves around finding 2 kills, then going to take Roche, going to take a tower, taking jungle. He can clear camps with Max Lightning Storm and his Pulse Nova.
Yeah.
He can take towers with Edict. So he does have the like, he's good at doing lots of things, but I agree, there are other heroes that do some of those things better. It's just that he's multi-talented, whereas some other heroes, they've got that one focus and they are excellent at it. Kind of like the Centaur, very good at initiating.
I guess I kind of prefer a lineup to have like a more singular focus, that you're really focused on doing one thing. And well, for Hyperglory team, this game, let's say that's pretty much just running at you, I guess. Yeah.
that is exactly how I was going to put
Centaur.
it. With Centaur, you know, you're just looking at, okay, they're going to run at people. They've got plenty of stuns and disables.
Creeps getting the aura as well when you activate it.
Yeah. Stampeding Satyrs and more Centaurs. You're going to have a freaking pack of Centaurs charging you down, stampeding over you. So Newbee, they go back with the Phoenix pick, but their lanes
Newbee is absolutely going for team fight.
Yeah, their lanes are so much stronger this game, though. With a Shadow Fiend, Witch Doctor, Earthshaker, they've got the capability to save mid lane, save bot lane, move up to top. You know, you can send the Witch Doctor to help out the Phoenix, and Sniper again for HGT. ZSMJ probably going to be picking that up again mid. They were running air on the safe lane Quap, which again is something that's coming into fashion. You're not running the Queen of Pain mid all the time now, because you can get Orchid quite fast on safe lane.
Yeah. Yeah. Queen of Pain is just really fun in terms of how long her initiation range is now. I think it's really powerful.
Yeah, you can close the gap on heroes like Sniper, but fortunately, she's on the same team as him.
It was a bit interesting to see her, like, she started getting picked up, I think, before D2AC in China. Like, when we were watching the D2AC qualifiers, I think that's where she started getting, started seeing quite a bit of play. But then she sort of didn't show up at the main event. And now she's sort of coming back. It's a bit of a strange ebb and flow.
What's also a little bit weird here is that HGT, well, the draft overall left Sniper until the very last pick for HGT as Phoenix. June is looking for a little bit of harass here, but I don't think they're going to find the opening on a single hero. But Sniper was left until the very last pick. So often in Europe, you know, he's banned out in the first... Well, he's banned out or he's picked very early on. So it gives the chance for teams to, you know, pick Clockwork, pick Spectre, take a couple of heroes that do well at getting up in his face and you know, closing the distance on that long-range hero. Whereas HGT here, I don't know if they baited it out or if they planned this, but there was no real way for Newbee to react. Well, there was no way to react to the Sniper pick. They had to preempt it, which you don't really want to do.
You can get a blink on Juggernaut and just blink into him in Omni Slash.
Yeah, I guess so. That's one way to do it. Just blink Juggernaut.
But yeah, that's...
that doesn't come for, what, 35 minutes or so, depending on how well his item progression goes.
Yeah, and same thing, like blink dagger on ES to get into his face. That's a long ways off.
I guess Yule's Shadow Fiend, you've got Yule's Requiem, but closing the gap, you know, you don't have the time to Yule's and walk up and then Requiem. You need that blink, so you will need multiple blinks here for Newbee.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good Sniper game. I've actually been thinking about this a bit lately. Do you actually prefer the new Shrapnel or the old Shrapnel? Because I kind of like the fact that you could push with it.
It didn't do that much damage to towers, though. Like, it did damage to towers, but it wasn't that great. And I think from a Sniper player's perspective, the new Shrapnel is infinitely better. You can control runes, you can get like solo kills on Shadow Fiend. Once the Sniper hits level 3, the SF has to be so careful with his positioning. He's going to be trying to, you know, push out creep waves with the double raises, just try and do as much damage. Like, now I wouldn't be surprised to see Moo go for a double raise. Yeah. Because with triple Shrapnel, you know, you can Shrapnel here, and then just force the SF to go all the way back to the tower.
Yeah. I just remember when, back when Fnatic still existed, they had one of these strategies that they had quite a bit of success with in scrims that didn't quite transition into official play. But it was basically based around just Shrapnel Sniper.
I see.
Just using that as a pushing vehicle for like about the 20-minute point.
The one last right click from Banana flying across the Fissure. It's the most demeaning way to die. You're taking spin, you're taking Fissure. It's like, fine, I'm dying like a man. I'm here in the middle of damage, and I'm probably just gonna fall for it. And then there's Banana and the Switch Dog. They're just like, bling, and throws this tiny little projectile at you, and you fall over dead. Oh, Phoenix drops up on top lane, so both off lane is having a pretty rough time. But
yeah, that's worse though for the Phoenix, since he was only up against really a dual lane. So since Chen is happily farming away,
Moo has to sit back pretty damn far. He's sitting on 300 HP, bottle incoming on the courier, so he'll be able to regen up a little bit. But ZSMJ putting on the pressure now.
Yeah.
Did he die again? He just respawned and TP to this top lane.
That's not. Like, that's not. That should
okay, fair enough. I missed the first kill, but wow. Looks like this Rubik's doing a lot of work up on top lane. Kaka, along with Air, going for the 2 points in Shadow Strike and no point in Scream just yet. But where was the dive? How did like how does June die there a second time? I guess he used Fire Spirits and dropped to what, 400 HP?
It's quite interesting to see how well Kaka is doing on support, given that he used to be their mid player, I believe.
Yeah, definitely showing that he's got the skills. Last hits, 17 and 7 for Juggernaut, 15 and 11 for the Queen of Pain, and then 15 for 5 on the Sniper. The fact that the Shadow Fiend can raise down these creep waves and head back into the jungle, definitely keeping himself up there. Okay, I just have to keep watching these two offlaners. I'm looking at mid and expecting a movement in here for the Rubik. I was watching for this a little bit earlier. Moo gonna cool. No! Not gonna get caught. Kaka not quite getting in range for the telekinesis.
And he gets chased away. Banana, what are you doing?
Walks up onto high ground against Shrapnel. As SMJ welcomes the kill with open arms and says, thank you very much. And that's my boots. I've got Ring of Aquila and a Wraith Band already.
These are these times when you really see how out of shape Newbee is, because the hallmark of Banana Sunshine as a support pairing when they were at their best was how good they were at counter-initiating. And that was not good counter-initiating. So
yeah. What does June do now? Because you're a Phoenix, you've died twice in the off lane, you've got no boots, you've got no regen. He's gone bot lane. Do you switch into a support Phoenix? There's no small camp here for you to take?
I guess so. I mean, what's he going to do trying to return to top?
Like,
Pretty High is skulking around close there, and as soon as he gets into lane, there's a pretty good chance he'll get killed.
Net worth-wise, the Phoenix and the Centaur are like down at the bottom. There are supports with higher net worth, like, okay, the Chen, but the Rubik and the Witch Doctor, they've got higher net worth than these offlaners. They're doing so much better with the stacking and pulling, the fact that they've, been a part of these kills, and now Sunshine and Banana.
Yeah.
Looking for the Sniper. They can definitely find him. Fisher and a couple of Razors gonna finish off ZSMJ, yeah. Start off with a cask. Fisher, 2 Razors. Sniper not gonna be long for this world. He tries to get as much damage as he can down, and then they stop hitting him.
That took way too long to kill him.
Air has jumped in here with a big Sonic Wave, but fortunately for Newbee, they're only gonna lose 1. Oh man.
That could have been so nasty.
That could have been 4 heroes dropping.
Yeah. What's happening to Juggernaut? Icy, chasing.
Rabbit. Oh man, an invis rune for him. But Air,
come on.
Oh, he tries it. He tries it. But the bait from Rabbit there, like he moved his hero this way and then Healing Ward this way. So Air thought, okay, well, Healing Ward is going to travel with the hero. But no.
Yeah.
Rabbit just one little step ahead.
I like Rabbit. He's a good player. It's nice to see him back on carry position. Even though, well, it hasn't been doing that much work yet, but still, it's nice.
Centaur has finally managed to pick himself up some brown boots. So I see, he's making his way up the net worth chart. It's just getting to that blink dagger that's going to be a little bit rough. And this is what I was saying during the draft. Newbee's laning phase is quite a lot stronger than last game. Because they had Silencer and AA. They didn't have any stuns or slows. They didn't have any setup. Now they've got Fisher, they've got Cask, they've got Razors, they've got magic damage for early, and they've got physical damage for mid to late. So they definitely can compete with HGT here, just drafting-wise. Play-wise, they've been a little bit lackluster, as HGT now swinging in from behind, trying the loop around. June sitting on top of his tower.
Let's see how this works out.
Telekinesis to start off. He uses Fire Spirits. He's already dropped in HP. Can't get away.
And you get towers.
Yeah, now you get a tower. Very easy indeed.
You get all nostalgic when you see Chen gank behind the tower and then pushing the tower.
Did they smoke? I'm assuming they smoked up there just to loop around.
I don't think so.
They just walked in.
I didn't notice they were ever smoked.
And you got ZSMJ farming up towards mid lane as well. Yeah, I've had the net worth graph. Well, not graph, but chart open a little while. 48 for 19 CS-wise for the Juggernaut, but then you've got the Shadow Fiend, who has just cleared through a couple of stacked camps for himself, so he's getting up there. Chen is the highest creep hitter in on the dire side, but, jungle creeps up against laning creeps.
Moo got himself an Invis rune. Going swaggering down the bot lane.
What's he going to do with it, though? They're going to try onto
Newbee
this tier 1 tower?
Want that tower.
They want that gold. There's no response here from HGT. They're pretty happy just to go up onto top. Air, trying to kill off June, but doesn't launch the Sonic Wave quite in time.
Yeah, well, they didn't really have much in terms of answering that push. Even if they rotated people in, it would have been way too late.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain up on top, trying to make the most of it. Now, ZSMJ, he went straight for the Yasha last game. But against all of the stuns and, like, I guess you still go Yasha or Sanjin Yasha and then maybe a BKB afterwards. Can you glass cannon it? Centaur on the front lines, Queen of Pain is your Blink Initiator along with that. Maybe you can just risk it.
Yeah, I think you'll still go SNY. That seems to be the popular build right now.
And then the question is, what does Mu go for? We've seen Yules on Shadow Fiends quite a bit. Gives you the offensive and defensive capabilities of the insta-kill with Requiem after Yules. But also the Yules.
I'm actually trying to look for that. Are the Chinese Shadow Fiends picking up the Yules now, or are they still going for that mech first?
I've seen a bit of both.
Okay.
I think I can't remember who it was. The Shadow Fiend in one of the previous games today was one of the only Yules I've seen in recent time. But I've not been watching too much Chinese Dota, so from what I've seen over 10 games or something, it's been a little more mech, I feel. But I don't have the stats to back that up.
Yeah, I tend to watch Chinese Dota in bursts. Whenever there's like big competitions coming up, I end up watching a lot of Chinese Dota.
Stampede, they've had Banana.
Banana is
Telekinesis, yep.
Probably dead.
Throws out the cask, but it's bouncing between 10 creeps. He throws up the heal, and they're not going to get the kill.
Got out.
Somehow managing to survive through all of that. Stampede, speeds you up, but it didn't allow the rest of HGT to actually get there in time. And then you've got to, contend with June, who, even though he's not level 6 yet, still has Fire Spirits. He's still got plenty of things to throw out and deal with them.
Felt like Pretty Hall was a bit unsure of his initiation there. He actually moved his creeps away from the target.
Well, the cask was thrown out, and then it bounced over to the creep. So, you can definitely understand why he did it. But not having that extra ensnare, maybe it did hurt them in the gang. But, you never know. It's one of those parameters where it's sort of like, what if? What if they did this? There are so many small things that can happen in between.
Definitely getting the cask off was big in that one.
It's pretty much the one thing that allowed him to survive.
Yeah.
June is finally level 6. He's got his ultimate Supernova level 1 now, but Phoenix is a guy that needs lots of experience. He needs to start pumping up the levels. Smoke behind him. They're baiting June. HGT are probably in this situation where it's like, oh look, it's the Phoenix again. Shall we go and kill him, guys? 0, 4, and 1, but it's not going to be that easy this time. Sniper, 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 sniper! Fisher not actually launched there. Sunshine just holding on to it. Oh, yeah. Rubik steals it. Rubik stealing Fisher, one of the biggest spellers in this game to steal, actually.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nice assortment of stuff to steal.
Now, the disparity in net worth, and I'm not talking about, between Newbee and HGT. I'm just going to talk about Newbee right now. 5,800 on the Shadow Fiend. 5,800 on the Juggernaut. Dire Hero, Dire Hero, Dire Hero, Dire Hero, Dire Hero. Oh look! Witch Doctor. 1,800 gold. Phoenix. 1,800 gold. Whereas HGT, they've done a really good job. We'll talk about this in a second. Banana gets fissured up. Yeah, you're not getting the cask off this time, buddy. But HGT have a really nice gold spread. The spread of gold here allowing each of them to buy, incremental items, build up their stats. You've got Urn on Rubik, you've got Arcanes and 2,000 gold on the Chen. It's not all about building up one hero, putting all your eggs in one basket. They've done very well as a team to spread the farm. Rabbit now might even get caught out with a Sonic Wave. He's going to spin, but a couple of right clicks will finish him off.
Yeah, going up against this kind of greedy lineup that has the jungler, you would have probably wanted to see. I think Sansheng is usually the one who picks up the jungler heroes. So I think there could have been room to get one of those for him.
Queen of Pain illusions.
You'd put. Ooh, yep.
They're gonna try and fight here. Like June jumps forward, but he doesn't want to commit to anything. Mech on the Shadow Fiend will probably allow them to survive through the fight for now, but
They're just really being like boxed in. Oh well. But yeah, as I was saying, you'd put a little bit less pressure on Icy's Centaur, but then besides that one kill, you didn't really do that much to zone him out because you had to rotate to support the mid and so forth.
yeah.
So maybe you could have just, conceded that you aren't going to ruin his day as much as you might want to traditionally against a offlane Centaur. So you could have just gotten the jungler instead. And that might have given you a bit more spread, a bit more to work with.
What kind of jungler, like, are you looking for Enigma here? Because you're dealing with Rubik, Centaur, Chen was taken, and Enchantress is...
That's a bit of the problem, like...
Sand King is, like, the only one that really comes to mind that's, a
Banana used to like playing Enchantress quite a bit. And, like, the hero isn't maybe at its best right now, but you could have picked that one. Sunshine, the one that comes to mind above all else is still Doom.
Oh, of course. I always forget about the Jungle Doom.
Yeah, and Jungle Doom could be pretty strong against like Queen of Pain and stuff here, so it could have worked. It's a bit hard to say.
Yeah, it would have been nice up against even the sniper. Like throwing it down on the Chen wouldn't it be a bad idea? It's just about setting up for those kills because you got the Fisher, you got the Cask. Then you've got some magic damage from Requiem and Razors. Juggernaut can jump in there. But it's sort of the connection between the initiation and the teamfight damage. There isn't that real big synergy where you say, okay, we initiate, we do these skills in between, and then they die. It's sort of like initiate and then hope for the best. Like right now, ZSMJ, he's running between the trees, he's going to get scattered out and fissured. But that Fisher was almost saving him.
And Moo, by the way, has gotten that mechanism. So, but it looks... He's got the Staff of Wizardry as well, so it might be going to mech into Yules, which is a bit strange.
Big blink stomp there, and the Sonic Wave onto 3. Supernova's pop, but they heal the mech from Moo, keeping them alive, healthy, and they keep on going. I'm not sure that that Rabbit wanted to go in there. But because he gets eviscerated by HGT as air with a DD.
That was not a good choice.
The rest of his team, take tower, run the hell away. Rabbit, take tower, let's go kill people, let's go kill.
I don't know. Like, if he tried to run away, would they have gotten more, though? Like, they would have just chased the whole team.
That's a good question.
Question is, would they have caught up with them at all? And there goes Roshan.
Yeah, we're going to take this with ease. Chen Creeps just tanking it up, and this is what we saw from HGT last game. Even though, they don't have the fastest Roche-taking lineup, they've got Lifesteal on ZSMJ. He's building up towards his Mask of Madness. And then they've got Chen Creeps to tank up. Newbee, though, they're going to try and control a little more of the map by pressuring up into this tier 1 tower at top. Get into the enemy jungle a little bit. But June is running around with level 8 and no items whatsoever.
Okay, and you get the traditional tier 1 top trade. But what else are they going to get out of this? They're losing their own tier 1 bot, so I don't know, it's not the best trade.
Yeah, and then you've got Orchid on the Queen of Pain, plus Aegis the Immortal. Like,
if they TP in to defend this tier 2, it could be really nice for HGT.
Well, yeah. Who do you want to be targeting here with the Orchid, though? Do you actually just go straight on the Phoenix and silence him up? Because I feel that's such an easy kill. You only really worry about the Supernova. Silencing up the Shadow Fiend?
I don't know. I feel like even coming close to June, he's almost going to be forced into going Supernova. So, yeah. I think you just want to go for someone a bit more juicy than him.
Yeah, one of the actual impact heroes, because, it's just this Phoenix doesn't have anything. It's something I've talked to Scant about quite a lot. You know, finding a pick-off, finding a kill, sure, it can give you a nice little burst of gold, but the right kill at the right time can win you towers, can win you the game. Like, if he finds someone like the Shadow Fiend now with this invis, if he finds the Juggernaut and manages to get that kill, force a buyback, force, you know, people to actually move back and not defend towers, that's what can give you the momentum to push forward. Whereas a kill on the Phoenix, it doesn't give you any of that. It gives you, you know, 300 gold, a little bit of experience, a pat on the back, and then you go on. Move on your way.
Yeah, and like, basically, all the Camille you need for Phoenix is that, for example, one sonic wave that sort of clips him, and he's already forced into Supernova. And that's pretty much his impact for the fight.
Oh. Twitch chat thinks you're sleepy.
Maybe.
Sleepy
might happen.
Just woke up. Rubik has enough gold for Blink Dagger. So he's going to be jumping around, stealing Supernova again, stealing Fissure. Don't know what else. Maybe even Cask and Death Ward?
That's not fair at all.
How does Rubik have a Blink when Witch Doctor has nothing? Jacob with Arcanes and 350 gold.
Hey, come on. Witch Doctor has an urn. Don't call that nothing.
Yeah, earn a magic stick, fine. He's got some stat items. He's got some HP regen. But he doesn't have, you know, he doesn't have Aghanims. Without Aghanims, I don't see him as actually having any items whatsoever. I'm sorry, I may be, you know, a bigot or something like that, but Witch Doctor without Aghanims is no Witch Doctor at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much fair.
No, it's really not. He's got Voodoo Restoration, he's got all sorts of funky stuff that can...
but he's got a level 1 Voodoo Restoration. He's got a level 1 Maledict. That's not that scary.
It's a little bit annoying.
He's just casking right now.
Yeah. Throwing out that cask, really good against Chen creeps. Like, that's got to be said. The Witch Doctor pick up against Chen is always pretty decent. Look at that. That Ogre Frost Mage... really pissed off that he's stunned for 10 years by one cast. Like, it wasn't even a bounce and then a bounce back to him. He was hit once by it, and then he was stuck there for like 5... It's a 5-second stun on creeps or something like that. It's nuts.
I'd be more pissed off if my face looked like that. Dude, the hell?
He is not a pretty fella.
No, he is
actually,
not.
Come on. The fight's going to break out soon. I can't... Can we zoom in? Zoom in? Yeah, look. He is basically Dazzle's ugly, demented brother. Like, Dazzle's cousin that got hit by the ugly stick. You know, he was born on the ugly tree. When he fell down from it, he hit every branch on the way down to the floor. Definitely, he's not a handsome fella. But this mid lane is getting pressured constantly by HGT. Pushing it onto this tier 1 tower move, throwing out a couple of raises here and there, but there's nothing much they can do to stop it. You know, there's no blink initiation, they can throw Fissure, and this is what I was bringing up 10 minutes ago or so. They can Fissure, but where is the actual, you know, I don't know if there's a word to actually describe it. Where is that gap? Where's the bridge? Where's the bridge between the initiation and the team fight damage?
Yeah, the fact that, like, they have to get past IC. And, like, they're going to be taking damage all the way up. That's not nice.
Because, like, HGT, they've got Blink Centaur, they've got Blink Everybody, Rubik and Queen of Pain. They've got move speed on ZSMJ.
I was just wondering when the Aegis was going to be reclaimed, and it just went. Oh, so they didn't get much out of this Aegis, but I guess it deterred Newbee from fighting.
Yeah. And they're taking tower after tower. Like, tier 2s are the only ones standing, and this is HGT with, again, a relatively early game strat. They've got Chen, they've got quite a few burst heroes early on. They scale decently with the sniper, but late game you have to favor Newbee.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying they're taking tower after tower, but if you look at the other side of the map, Newbee is actually equal in towers.
Yeah, you're right.
So, Newbee is actually doing fairly well. Rabbit and Moo are keeping them in the game. You'd like to see a bit more farm on their supports and the offlaner, but yeah, it'll do for now.
Yeah, with the minus arm from Moo, he's got level 3 of the Presence of the Dark Lord. They've got the damage it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, but we keep on coming back to this fact that you don't really know how they're supposed to get those fights. How they're supposed to get into a position where they can do that damage. So it's a bit. I mean, even with a Shadow Fiend that has Blink, Yules, that's still like if he blinks in, he's kind of in the middle of nowhere and he's kind of dead.
Well, I think here Newbee they wait for the initiation of HGT because the Dire are the ones with the clock. They are the ones that are sitting there thinking, okay, we need to close this game out by, what, 35 minutes? 40 minutes maybe at the max? Whereas Newbee, if they can push this past 40 minutes, they're probably going to be the ones that take it. Regardless
I don't know, actually. Because when you consider it, even their supports kind of scale pretty well these days. Like,
I
Chen,
guess
the fact that he can get that Aghanim's, the fact that he gets that, the HP aura from the Golem, and just Rubik just scales pretty well into the late game because he scales from other people's spells. And then, actually, do you remember when Tinker used to run these Tricore setups with Koikwa on the Centaur? So Centaur can actually scale really well into the late game if you build them right.
That's true. Like you can go. I still remember the Dota 1 build on Centaur where you went like 3 hearts and Manta style, and you could go and kill towers with your illusions. Because of the return on illusions, and it would be based off your strength. You just send it towards a tier 2, and it would be taking the physical damage from return. But I guess, yeah, when you look at overall, HGT, they do scale decently. It's this Queen of Pain, though, that unless she goes some DPS, and she's got Orchid into BKB, I feel that the Shadow Fiend and Juggernaut can just, you know, take them apart.
Yeah, my problem there, though, is that how are you going to catch out a Queen of Pain? Like, she's so mobile.
What the hell is Rubik doing? He places an aggro ward, he's hiding, he knows exactly where everyone is. Sansheng throws out Fisher to kill the creeps. Stolen. Kaka, solo kill on Sansheng. Yep, he's going to get it. Takes him down. As the Requiem is thrown out from Moo, they're not going to kill on Icy. Wow.
That was an interesting fight. I thought they were kind of caught out there, but nope. Even Yule's initiation from Mood didn't help.
Yeah, I didn't catch the actual fight proper. I was busy watching the Rubik trying to take someone down. So over here in the actual main fight,
it was basically Moo coming swaggering in, and Icy and Pretty Haw hanging out there, and Moo sends one of them up in the air, and then nothing. Nothing kind of happened.
Interesting Dire Observer wards here all around this jungle. Sentries placed by Banana, so that's going to be able to scout out the Observer. But he is so damn scared right now of what's coming for him. They find Moo. Oh my god, he's dead. Sorry, Moo, but these Ancient Pits not yours anymore. The Omni Slash does come in. Icy's dropping low. The Supernova going to try and lock down air, and it might just do it. Just enough time with a great Fissure from Sansheng. Pretty Haw now dropping low. The Fire Spirit slowing him down and taking him out. That's a big fight from Newbee. Like, forget the Shadow Fiend dying, because that doesn't mean that much. He's got 3,000 gold, he was farming Ancients, he was caught down. It was a good initial move by HGT, but the reaction from Newbee, Fissure from Sansheng, perfect. Like, that could not have been more perfectly timed to couple up with a Supernova landing. And we finally see Rabbit using Omni Slash.
That swung like 2,300 gold. So, not bad at all. But that was definitely... They engaged with maybe not quite enough knowledge of what was coming. It was a nice pick-off, but it didn't. It ended up costing them way too much.
Like, they've got the Observer Ward up there, so they could see what's happening, but reacting to it is a lot more difficult. Once see, back to what I was talking about before, Newbee felt they lacked a bridge between their initiation and damage. HGT, though, once they're in, they're in. There's no real disengage. Centaur blinks in, stomps, double edge. He's got 4 staff, but more likely than not, he's going to be continually looking for more kills.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's it's a pretty mobile lineup, but once it commits, it doesn't really disengage. So more blink daggers. I guess that's the solution.
Getting more blinks. Rabbit finds... Oh no, not Rabbit. Air finds a DD rune that was pinged out by Rabbit. So they saw it happening, they didn't go for it, he wanted to finish off Ancients instead. Earthshaker with that blink dagger ready. So Sansheng, what can you make happen with this? Roshan is being taken slowly but surely. Now that Chen has the Aghanim Scepter, he's got a big ancient black dragon. The one with the goofiest
walrus.
teeth of them all.
Walrus.
It's so ugly. Like, what? I don't understand. Heroes are fine, lane creeps are fine, neutral creeps are butt ugly. What's their issue?
It's really all about Valve hating Chen and Enchantress.
No, I think it's more the fact that you're meant to hate jungle creeps. Lane creeps, you know, regardless of what team you're on, you have to have this you know, sort of love-hate relationship. At one, you love your own creeps, you hate the enemy creeps. But jungle creeps are there to die. Just like that Rubik getting omni-slashed by Rabbit on that Juggernaut. Yeah. But yeah, neutral creeps are there for like one purpose the majority of the time, and that's for you to kill them and take their gold.
Blink Omni. It's not easy being a Rubik.
Definitely not.
Sometimes.
So Juggernaut did pick up that Blink Dagger 30 minutes into the game, so we're both right.
More ultimate orbs.
Yeah. The best orb of them all, even though there aren't any orbs in Dota 2 anymore. There aren't, are there? There's point boosters and stuff like that. Whereas in Warcraft 3
I'm trying to think of some, but no.
See, in Warcraft 3 there was like 4 orbs, the Frost Orb, oh no, there's Orb of Venom. Sorry, there's Orb of Venom, of course.
Ah, yeah, true.
Because there was the Frost in Warcraft 3, Frost Orb, Orb of Venom, then the Fire Orb, which gave you splash damage as a ranged unit, which was freaking nuts. Like that's one thing that I've waited 10 years for in Dota, but it's never happened. And then you had another orb, but I can't remember what it was. And then in Dota 1, it's like, oh look, here's an ultimate orb. It doesn't give you any special attacks, but it gives you 10 of all stats.
Scotty has become such a popular item. All on the back of like Slark, I guess. Slark started picking up, and now it gets picked up on all kinds of heroes.
Didn't they increase the attack slow at some point from like 30 to 45? Like it got minor buffs here and there, but
quite possible because like for the first 2 years, I don't think anyone almost built it.
Oh, thank you, chat. Also, refresh your orb. Rabbit gonna get caught out here, stunned up. Sonic Wave, but I don't know. Can I kill him in time? Manta's out of the silence, but then he spins. He doesn't Omni Slash. He spins. Icy with the Maledict and the Requiem of Souls, probably gonna bring him down low, and will in fact finish him off as the Supernova getting right-clicked down by HGT. But you've lost your Phoenix. Juggernaut's dead for 60 seconds. This could be tier 3 mid.
I take it back. June is actually pretty annoying, even if he's not actually doing anything. Just gets that supernova off. He's still pretty annoying. Yeah. Of course, he's gotten it to level 2 now, so
it's the deterrent.
He should be as well.
Because right there, HGT, they would like to go for more. They'd close the gap on the Shadow Fiend, just continue chasing him a little bit more with ZSMJ right-clicking away. But the fact that Supernova was there, it's basically drawing the attention away from HGT, saying, no, leave the Shadow Fiend alone. I've died 4 times. Actually, that's really well played by the Phoenix. He died 4 times in the first 10 minutes or something, but hasn't died until now.
He's a quarter of the way. Let's see how long it takes for you to figure it out now.
He's a quarter. Who's a quarter of the way to what? Like, my brain just went, what is he talking about now? He's a quarter of the way to what? Fisher?
0, 5, 6. What's your quarter of the way to?
I don't know, but Omnislash comes down onto the 2 supports pretty hard.
Jesus Christ, man.
And now the Echo Slam down to ZSMJ. Newbee exiting their base and finding a couple of kills. Even though, oh man, Maledict and Death Ward. Yeah, he's just going to get popped. Rabbit, though, with no Omni. He's got spin, but I'm not sure he can survive through this. Air, that Death Ward is still there. You're still taking physical damage, even though you pop your BKB. Rabbit now might be able to turn back around as ZSMJ gets the Requiem to the face. Yep, right clicks, crits and hits. Rabbit finds another kill.
Yeah.
Alright, what were you saying? Who's a quarter of the way to what?
Milk Ward.
Oh, okay.
Except he ruined it now because he's
He
got
got
a
a
kill.
kill. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's not how you play support. God damn it.
Well,
You're
Newbee turned things
support,
around
Phoenix.
from being hemmed in their own base to now pressuring into tier 3 of HGT. No buybacks on Sniper, but they do have the rest of the team standing.
Yeah, HGT is just not quite playing these fights right. They're going way too deep. Their whole strength is that they can sort of stand on the outskirts of the fight and just rain hell down on their opponents. And they're not abusing that.
Yeah, they're basically, you have to wait for Newbee to make a misstep. As soon as one hero goes out of position, that's when HGT say, go. We've got Blink Stomp, we've got Queen of Pain to then... I kind of see Queen of Pain now as a counter-initiator. Because sure enough, you can go in there and nuke that initial target, but let's say they're pushing tier 3 again, and they've got Sniper here, they've got like Centaur and Rubik and Chen and whatever over here. If someone walks to this area, you can get Centaur to stomp. Oh man. No! I'm explaining stuff! Why is Rubik dying again to the Blink Omni Slash? But
yeah. He's trying to push out a lane.
And then when when Newbee react to the Blink Stomp, that's when Queen of Pain slaps you in the face with a Sonic Wave onto like 4 or 5 heroes.
Yeah, exactly. And ZSMJ got his BKB finally.
Is that fully done?
Yeah. He actually hasn't completed the SNY. He's just sitting on the Yasha forever.
Rabbit taking a pretty hefty chunk of damage there. Mask of Madness plus Assassinate equals pain, pain, pain.
Like, we were discussing if he could go pretty much a glass cannon build. And, okay, you've got a Scotty, that's not quite glass cannon, but still, like... He went for the Mask of Madness, and he didn't get the SNY, so... Yeah. I don't know.
He went halfway there, and then he realized, hang on, no.
Yeah.
I need some strength. I need something to keep me going in these fights. June now has progressed in items from having nothing to having Yules, Plate Mail, Vitality Booster. I guess he's got the Vit Booster just for the raw HP. Then the Plate Mail is going to be a Shiva's or something along those lines. Down at bot, Roshan. We're going to find out when he respawns in about a minute's time. Chen has a Granite Golem. They've got some big items actually. Hex picked up by the Queen of Pain, so they've got that. Instant initiation power, but this Granite Golem giving the 15% bonus HP. Go on, put it next to Sniper. What is he? 2300? Something like that. It gives him a nice burst of like 250 HP. Yeah, it's 2273. Pretty damn close. Smoke up from Newbee heading through their own jungle. Not sure where they're gonna be going. They're looking for someone near the Ancient Pit. Sneaky,
and the Walrus is out up front pushing out lanes. And he brought his friend.
But this is something you can
the Grey
do with,
Blob.
It's something you can do with Chen now that you couldn't do before. Oh, the blink in. Juggernaut goes straight to ZSMJ. He's going to get the Omni Slash down, but it's bouncing between Centaur and Rubik. The Sniper dropping incredibly low to the right clicks, but now the mech in the heel. He's life-stealing it up. Sanshang with a pretty decent Echo Slam, but they're not getting the damage out fast enough. It's a 2-for-1 as Sniper drops. Witch Doctor and Phoenix are the return kills. Pretty hot. Okay, maybe they're going to get more here. That's 2 dead. 2-for-2 trade. Full-on worth it for a Newbee.
And the Chen creeps are dying.
But yeah, the thing that you can do with Chen now is send creeps down a lane and then bring them back to yourself with that Test of Faith, which you couldn't do before. So you've got Chen has become such a multi-talented hero right now. Before it was, okay, one-dimensional, get creeps, push creeps, get creeps to kill tower. Now it's push with creeps, gang with creeps, bring creeps back. I've seen Chens buy Blink nowadays in competitive games. I've seen it twice, where they're actually trying to pull off the trick.
I've actually been looking for that, but I don't think I've ever caught a game with Chen buying that Blink.
I can't remember who it. I'm pretty sure it was the same team twice. It might have been Hellraisers, but I can't remember for the life of me. It was one of those moments where, oh look, Chen's bought a Blink. I see. I see. He walks into Rabbit at the Roche Pit, and they just sort of cross paths, back themselves up, and they don't really want to, fight man on man.
The videos at the start of the patch when Chen got the change that he could teleport the creeps to him, and someone was making videos of like Chen with Blink Dagger just going right in with Centaur creeps and chain stunning people.
Quad Centaur.
Yeah.
So for those of you
I would actually like to see that in a professional game.
Of course. For those of you that don't know, the Test of Faith now, you can send your allies back to the fountain, but now you can actually cast it on yourself, which brings all of your creeps to you after, what is it, 2.5 second, 3 second delay? 3 second delay at level 4. So
and
like that.
He is looking for them with a smoke.
Oh, Rabbit's going to run straight in. Finds SMJ, soloed out. Yeah, you're right. Icy is going to take the brunt of this damage, though. Rabbit gets turned around on. The Death Ward is firing those low projectiles.
So much worse.
Rubik, hello? Omni Slash gets stolen, but he does no damage with it whatsoever. Newbee taking this fight with style as air gets sent up into the air. Pretty fitting for his name. And now ZSMJ left out to dry. Moo, Requiem. Yeah, of course he does.
I was saying that looked like such a way better fight than they should have gotten. And then Rubik goes in and they go in and they die.
Yeah.
That was such a bad choice to re-engage there.
Well, Sniper was the point man. He was the vanguard. He was... I'm not sure why. I don't know if they felt that Newbee would be trying to take Roche, or if they were backing up or farming their jungle, because they've got wards here. They know where Newbee isn't.
Yeah.
But maybe, it's definitely possible that Newbee would have smoked up, gone through into the Dire jungle to find a pick off there. But still, having Sniper at the front without knowing where your enemy is definitely a big mistake.
Yeah, and not just that, but like they actually bailed themselves out of that position. They got the kill on Earthshaker and they backed off, and it was like they're actually out of this fight. But what possessed them to re-engage back in there?
Rubik stole Omni Slash. I don't know if that was... they felt that was going to be good enough? Because it's not a spell that Rubik does anything with.
Idea.
So Newbee having to take tier 3 and back themselves up. Sansheng that with an Invis rune just hiding around. But, I don't know, Newbee have such a big advantage. Butterfly now up on Moo. These two core heroes with a ton of net worth. And the Phoenix, June... Like, he's going to be pretty happy right now. He went 0-4 early on. Now he's 1-6, but he's climbed his way up. He is smack bang in the middle of the net worth chart. He's no longer near the bottom. He's no longer bottom 2.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to look like HGT. They had a very nice control of the early game. They had the better sort of ability to take fights for a long time, but over these last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they've just taken bad fight after bad fight, and this is what you get. This is what you get. You lose control of the game.
Well, the biggest problem is those 10 to 15 minutes were... Well, that was the period of time where HGT had to close out the game. Because they were the ones on the timer that I was saying. 35 to 40 minutes in, that's when the game has to end. Not when they start pushing into base, not when they start taking tier 2s or tier 3s. That's when Newbee has to call GG. Now it's 41 minutes in. Shadow Fiend has farm, Juggernaut has farm, Earthshaker has a blink.
I don't know, like, I still feel that if you're taking the right fights, if you're sort of strangling your opponent, if you're not giving them space to farm and you're out farming them because you have more map control, because you have the better initiation to take fights, I still feel like you can go fairly far with that HGT lineup against what Newbee has. The fact that they took those fights, they died, they fed away gold, they lost their gold lead. It just sort of created a situation where, if these teams are equal on farm or close to equal, then HGT can.
Blink. ZSMJ, Abyssal bladed up. The Omni Slash is going to try and chase him. Pretty Hole is going to take the brunt of that damage, though, as Rabbit now gets turned around on Stomped. The steal from Rubik. Omni Slash back onto Rabbit, but he's got Aegis Immortal. He'll just pop back up with full HP, full mana, as the Supernova stuns up everybody. ZSMJ now back to full. Pops the BKB, but HGT are losing heroes. Centaur's down, the rest of them hiding behind tier 4s and throne. June, Cheese, yep, heals himself out. And go slam now from Sanshang as the Requiem takes down Air. Supernova stolen by Rubik. He's being a sneaky little bugger, stealing all these spells, but it's not going to help his team turn around this fight. They'll grab Mu, they'll drag him closer to the fountain. But it looks like he'll be just fine. The Voodoo Restoration keeping him healthy. Mekl, obviously, allowing for that as well. As Racks have fallen, Rabbit blinks over towards the tier 3, and HGT, they look down and out.
Requiem of souls with no souls.
Who?
Oh
no, the Rubik gets the Rubik gets the amount of, he will do the amount of damage.
He gets the full.
He gets the full souls, yeah. Well, no, he gets the amount of souls that the Shadow Fiend has.
Okay.
Well, I should explain this better. GG's called, but you know, he for the Requiem, it counts as if he has the souls that the Shadow Fiend has. He doesn't obviously get the right-click damage or anything like that from the souls. But HGT losing game number 2, so another 1-1 here in the D2CL Chinese group stage. With me, Durka. You can check me out Twitter or Facebook at DurkaDota. Joining me, thank you. Sun Tzu, you can check him out on Twitter at SunTzuDota. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's it for today, D2CL-wise. Later on, we've got ISO Cup. We've got some European D2CL that Cap's going to be casting over here on Join Dota Red. But make sure to stick around, check joindota.com for the stream ticker, and check out what else is coming up in the near future. Any closing statement, Sun Tzu? Anything to say?
Not really. I think Newbee played a much better second game, and HGT played a much worse second game.
Yeah. Newbee's draft was infinitely better, but that's it from us.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Yeah, it definitely did.
If you lose the draft hard enough, there's no amount of throwing from the opponent that's almost going to get you back in it. But yeah,
are you going to go back to bed now? It's time to go to sleep, or just go drink a ton of coffee.
Considering getting coffee.
Yeah, coffee sounds good. I might go and do the same. Like, it's 1 PM, but who gives a damn? So that's it for us today, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in later on for Cap casting the Euro action and the D2CL.